Alright, hello people of the internet, and welcome for some Sonic Heroes this Saturday evening, or afternoon, depending on which time of the day it is for you. I'm just booting the game up. I am playing the Nintendo GameCube version. And I've got the chat box next to me. I'll be glancing over. Let's do Team Sonic. Can't really go wrong. Yeah, so I've got the chat box up and live next to me. We've got quite a few people here. Welcome everyone. Dragon Plays, Spyro, Sword, Prosecutor Walton, Kizzy's #1 fan. Welcome.
Yo, Tails! Long time no see.
Sonic, check this out.
Guess what, Sonic Heroes? I finally developed the ultimate weapon. In 3 days, I'll conquer the world. Think you can stop me?
Sounds like an invitation to party.
What are we gonna do, Sonic?
The GameCube version is indeed the best version. So I've got this connected up with a HDMI converter, the Carby. I would really recommend if you are wanting to play GameCube on a modern television. It does a really good job of converting. I'm playing on a very new TV here. Yeah, let's start with the classics. So I haven't actually played this game properly. Okay, so I played it a lot about 2 years ago with a friend trying to A-rank it all again. And so I might be a little bit out of sync. So let's see how well we can do. In fact, I'm going to kind of trial myself on here and see how long before I lose a life or die, whatever. Let's see how long in the game I can go without losing a life. Let's set myself that little challenge. Welcome other new people I see here. Got Chance Stang, Blaze the Cat, Ironic Sonic. So yeah, I've got the chat box next to me as I'm playing, so I'm not going to be able to scroll up the chat box while playing, of course. Maybe when the cutscenes are on. So I will try to read what I can as I'm playing along here. This is an awesome Sonic game. As here we've got a Sword. They said it's one of their favourite Sonic games. Yeah, I love this game. Really excited when it got announced. I mean, this technically was the sequel. Well, no, not technically. It was the follow-up to Sonic Adventure 2. And I really enjoy it, and honestly I think this game has so much replay ability to it. The fact that you've got all the different teams, and each playthrough, although the levels are the same, the levels are very much kind of shaken up, different variations of playstyle. Of course, Team Dark is like the hard mode, Team Rose is like the easy mode, and Team Chaotix, of course, the mission based. Some of them were quite challenging to get the A ranks on. The torch ones, quite cool, but quite time consuming.
Leave it to me.
Got it.
Here we go.
Got it. All right.
Leave it to me.
Tails, flying enemies are all yours. Attack them with thundershoot.
I think it's always interesting when you look at the visual presentation of this game, because it was kind of like a trial really for what Sonic Team was doing back then. I think the game's aged really nicely visually, to be honest with you, since 2004. But you can compare it and say it's not as a knock, but it's definitely not on par, sorry, visually with some other Nintendo GameCube games, and that's probably because in my opinion, the game kind of looks like a Dreamcast game, which is probably it originally started off development for. of course, Sega dropped out of the console race, and then here we have the Sonic Heroes multi-platform. It was a big deal back then. Obviously, the first Sonic game, proper Sonic game, to be on like the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. Of course, we'd already had Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 re-released on the GameCube at that point. Sonic Adventure 2, 1 and 2, yeah, I can see some comments there, definitely.
Looks like we can use that cannon to go up the vertical tunnel. Leave it to me.
So, my playstyle, I find probably the easiest for getting A ranks I find on this game is to level up Tails usually first to get him to level 3 maximum. Because he's fun to shoot, it's very powerful, and it will destroy most robots or badniks, whatever you want to call them, with one hit. Barring ones that've got like shields or armor, and if you can do that, he's excellent at long range. Then I'll worry about either Sonic or Knuckles leveling them up. It doesn't really matter which one I go for first. Maybe even Knuckles second and then Sonic last, because Knuckles obviously has the strength.
Too cool. What a wild ride.
What's this? Wonder if Mighty would have been in STC after Heroes. Yeah, I can't see why not. Mighty was a huge player in Sonic the Comic. The Chaotix. Good evening, Blade Genesis. Let's clear these with Team Blast. Sonic Adventure 1 was an awesome game. Indeed it is, it's one of my favourites. Probably will do another playthrough on that, or at least do some gaming on that at some point soon. He was under the impression that Sonic Adventure 2 was the last hurrah for the DC. It was just because the engine... Yeah, well, the thing is, the game was already well in development before Sega announced, they was going to pull out the console market. In fact, it was the same year. The game certainly wasn't made within 1 year. I guess with the timing and everything of Sega putting out, it was kind of broadcast as it was going to be the last hurrah. For the system, and what a game to go out. And of course, it wasn't the last game to come out for the Dreamcast. It was probably, I'd probably say, one of the last big games to come out for the Dreamcast. Look at all those Eggman robots. The dialogue on this game is awesome. Honestly, this game is just incredible. I love this game. Before even talking about the music is incredible on this game. There's probably only one track on this entire game that I'm not huge, not that I don't not like, but probably like my least favourite. I can't remember which one it was now. It's one of the forest levels. We'll get to it. You can tell I've put a lot more time into the game. Well, thank you for the compliment. Oh, I've just missed Mecca from the 80s. Welcome to the live stream. Trying to catch you all there as I'm playing along here. Yeah, Amy is willing to force Sonic to marry. Blade Genesis. Recently saw a documentary. Okay, interesting. I've not heard of that. Yeah, if I recall, one of my friends told me that I'm sure the Tails voice actor is the son of the person who's voicing, I think, Espio in this game as well. Either one of those characters. He was like legitimately his son. Like, Tails. I'm not sure the reason why the VA voice actor Sonic Adventure 1 and 2's Tails wasn't returning. I'm sure there was some reason. I haven't really gone out of my way to find out why. But overall, yeah, Talus' voice is fine in this game. It's great. I think the only character that might get a little bit repetitive with its voices is perhaps Charmy V. Yeah, you know, I'm not going to do his impressions or anything. Like, I'll take the lead. Here we go. You know, first few times it's like, oh, that's awesome, right? Charmy. Then after you hear it for the 500th time. I picked up the key. I'm not going to really bother with the Chaos Emeralds. I'm just going to do a playthrough of the game, to be honest. I'm probably going to have to hit anyway. I've already got all the Chaos Emeralds on this playthrough anyway. As someone mentioned on there, yeah, 76 hours I've put in this game, which is not too bad. About how long it took. Sonic voice actor was bad too. Yeah, all the voice actors in this game fine, if not great. I do prefer these ones to the, not that they're bad, to the Sonic X replacement cast they chose after this. But they're fine as well. Wasn't a huge fan of all the recastings they did for Sonic Colors, even though that's kind of like not even new now, is it? Now that Roger Craig Smith isn't even voicing Sonic anymore. It's a recent video, it came out yesterday. Okay. There go my rings. Say, and there goes the key. We'll see if I can get as many A ranks as possible. As I said, we'll see how long I can go before I die. The game's awesome, definitely, but it definitely has a few bugs, and some of the levels are a lot harder because of the bugs. We'll get to much later in the game. I always found this bit coming up to be a bit of bothersome. You've got that spinning wheel chasing you, which is coming up to. I usually always get hit by this thing. The pain. It's a lot easier to deal with in the Generations version of Seaside Hill. Never know, I might not get hit by it. We'll see. Roger, you like Roger and colours? Yeah. Here we go. Giant rock. I need to get off towers. That's not going to help. There we go. That was definitely not the right choice to go up here. Damn. Let's just pretend that never happened. What have we got? 21,000 still. So I think I'm going to do the whole playthrough of Team Sonic. We're going to do it. So that's how long the stream's going to go on for. So what's the runtime going to be on that? Maybe a couple hours, a little bit less, a little bit more, we'll see. That rock is OP. It is indeed. It just hit me twice. Is that going to be an A rank? I'm not sure. Knuckles got most of the points there. No. Well, there goes my A rank streak ruined already. I'm guessing it's probably 50,000 for the A. Just missed out. How great is the boss theme with the egg hawk? Usually we can just annihilate him straight away now with Knuckles. Let's see if we can do it. Not a good start. I used to remember where all the level ups were. It certainly is going to be a factor with the later bosses. We go. There we go. He didn't even get out of the first area. Welcome. What we've got here? Brandon CD and back to. Welcome to the Sonic Heroes live stream. Are you the only one who just had an error with the stream? No, unless anyone else says. I've got green health here with excellent condition. Try refreshing. Sonic Heroes boss fights feel a bit like Sonic Advance 2 style. Yeah, I guess that is. Yeah.
Looks like Eggman escaped
Other
into
than
the
the boss fights with the characters, you're right, because they're all on the run.
And show him the real power of teamwork.
I guess with the exception of Metal Madness and Overlord, but it's the last boss, so makes sense, right? Welcome, the Silver, the crazy gamer.
standing on it carries me forward.
I think this part of this level, we've gotten to here is this is like the one where you have to question, like, is Sonic still on Earth? Because this seems a bit too futuristic for this level. Not really the same sort of world mechanics as Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and even Shadow the Hedgehog.
We can't let him get away with this.
Is there a PC port for this? I'm actually playing this on the GameCube, which I suppose can be played on Wii. I don't know if there's a PC version actually.
Level up. Here we go. Yahoo!
This was first 3D Sonic game alongside Shadow. Good games to receive for any gift. Get this open. Imagine if there was an arc for Sonic Adventure 2 and Heroes. Yeah, absolutely. Boyann, that's the username. It would be pretty awesome. I don't think they would have used all the levels for the arc, like Heroes specifically. It might have been a bit more like the Sonic 3D Flicky's Island arc, where some of it would have been its own thing, but it would have used reference from Heroes. But there's no doubt they would have brought Metal Sonic or Metallix, Sonic the Comic Pack. They could have used it as a really awesome way to bring back the EmperorMetallix. Maybe even tie it in with the missing pirated version of the Omnibula. That would have been a great way to connect the story to Sonic Heroes. That's just my opinion now. Let's get the balloon. Let's get some lives. I think we're going to need them for later on.
Leave it to me. Tate! Tate! Tate!
Level up.
Go out of the way. Haven't done a playthrough on the channel yet of Shadow the Hedgehog. We will come at some point, but I would like to go back to that, do a playthrough on it again. I know it's not the greatest Sonic games, but it's certainly by no means the worst.
Sonic, do something about that robot shield, will you?
Sonic 06 was SA3 all the way. Well, you know, it could well have been called it. I did do a stream on that game a couple of years ago. Maybe it'll be time to do a continuation on it sometime. I don't despise the game to try to become popular like many other people on the internet. It's no doubt a flawed game, but it's definitely nowhere near as bad as some other people are saying. Sonic 06 is fairly decent. Yeah, there you go. I think if it had had an extra 6 months to a year in development, it would have come out a much better game. I think the story would have been a done deal, which is fair enough. I could accept that. But I think if they'd have given that another year, like I said, even 6 months to a year, you know, when you when you compare it, the game to let's do a comparison here to the absolute atrocity that was Cyberpunk late last year. Sonic 06 looks like a masterpiece. You know what I mean? Sonic Boom games. Well, I'm not going to disagree with you. It's unfinished. Yeah, exactly. Come on, it's an unfinished game. Does that make it a bad game? Technically, it kind of does. That's kind of Sega's fault, really, for releasing it too soon. I've no doubt that there was, business decisions behind it to get the game out, as we've seen with other games. You know, to get the game out for a certain launch. Once again, going back to Cyberpunk, that game was released. But that was even worse when you think of it, because they lied in the trailers and didn't show any gameplay footage of the previous generations. Yeah.
That was tight.
Yeah, as A rank, there you go as well. As prosecutor Walton has said, the Eyles subplot would have been the only real gripe. Now, the thing is, when the game first came out, no one really cared too much about the plot. I watched it, played it, did it, but after I finished it, I was like, okay, that's the ending, and I just moved on. It wasn't until years later, more so with the rise of YouTube and stuff, that I found out that more people were making a big deal out of the plot. It was only then I was like, really? Like, it took the game a while for it was released before I found that there was people complaining about the plot. I remember reading magazines that were out at the time, at least in the UK, such as Games Master, and, Xbox magazine. But I did have it on the Xbox 360. None of them negatively scoring it for the plot. It was mostly some of the bugs. I played the act flawlessly, well thank you. I am trying, we'll see. As I said, strategy, get towers, level 3 usually first, then focus on Knuckles. Because his thunder shoot is so powerful. Look at that, it's just wiped out then straight away. His thunder shoot comes so much in handy with the Robotnik bosses that are coming up. Robot Carnival and Robot Storm. Why is there normal cars in Metropolis? Not everyone can afford cars. Hover cars. Yep. Because again, saying to the replay value of this game, the fact that there's just so many different routes in its mechanics, its level design, it's just awesome. There's always quicker routes to discover, little secrets here and there. When you compare it to the most recent Sonic game, like the big one on Forces, like literally, it's totally. It's drastically different. Why are Sonic games not as good as Sonic Heroes in terms of story? Good question, and I think that's a question that should really be directed back to Sega, or Sonic Team at least. Forces was press boost button to win. So yeah, to be fair, a lot of the modern games have kind of been like that too. Some of them a little bit more in depth, but yeah. Boost Sonic seems to be one of the most controversial, let's get the word out. There we go, we got most of the rings there. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is a masterpiece. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that statement. With Sonic Forces, he was expecting more of a Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Yeah, I totally agree with him. I probably felt the same. Should try to get up here. With everything that they showed us in the trailer, it looked like it was... Oh man, that is cheap. It looked like it was on track with being one of the best Sonic games we've had in like a long time. Fortunately, we were proven right with our doubts, and it proved to be a mediocre Sonic game. Not awful or really bad, it was just okay, average. Not great, not bad, just average. A Sonic Heroes 2? Yeah, it'd be a great idea. Or, you know what? Maybe if even Sega just did something like what Nintendo's done and just re-released HD versions of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and Heroes on a fun cartridge or disc, whatever. That's the fill down. Kind of like what they've done with Mario All-Stars, you know, Mario 64, Sunshine, Galaxy. I mean, that would be a great addition, and a lot of people would buy it. It would print money. Pretty sure most Sonic fans would pick up something like that, and it would also be a chance to bring new players to the field of these great games. Welcome, Hero of Legend. If I haven't already greeted you, I see you there. You just put Forces is painfully average. And yeah, it is. The thing is, if you hadn't, let's say you hadn't played the game, just go look at the trailers of like what they showed there, the cutscenes and everything. It looks incredible. I remember looking at this and I was thinking, wow. You know, don't look at like gameplay stuff of it or something. Just the trailers itself, and the game looks amazing. Fortunately, it didn't live up to it at all. Just let us have a good game. We don't care what it can be. Also, please, mate, metal, not awful. Yeah, I think, you know, the Sonic fan base is quite a divided bunch of people, but I think everyone can probably, at least I hope so, universally agree that we just want a game that is good. Okay, so this bit's always a bit tricky. I think it's a bit harder with Team Dark because you've really got no room for mistakes here. So. Definitely one of those parts that requires a bit of practice, I remember. Definitely more easier if you've got, again, towers powered up.
Those barrier devices look like the ones we saw in the past. We could probably destroy them if we take out all of the robots.
Okay, Nearly out. There we go. Okay, so what are we saying here? You don't like how Boom handled Shadow, but I can't decide if he's a hero or villain. Yeah, I agree. Shadow's personality sucks now, honestly. Kind of ruined him. Indeed, what happened to Sonic Adventure Towers? Can you believe people actually made videos of trying to defend Towers' personality and forces? Ah, damn, B rank. Yeah, I don't get it. I guess some people are crazy.
Gotcha, my darling Sonic.
Amy, what are you doing here?
Sonic, this time.
So these bosses are fun, and there's a quick trick to get through them very quickly and guarantee you an A rank, and that's just use use Sonic, jump and press B. As I will show you. Let's try to destroy Team Rose.
Are you playing with that girl's heart again, Sonic?
Get big now. There we go, look. That's the mighty Team Rose.
Marriage? No way!
Japan asked IDW to make Shadow the way he is now. Have they? They certainly are doing a few controversial things in that comic.
Boy, Amy sure doesn't give up that easy.
What is
So,
this place?
Casino.
Sure is bright
We
here.
got some time. Feeling lucky?
Sonic, we only have 24 hours left.
Okay.
This level is, I find, if you're a speedrunner, a bit of a nightmare. Because the pinball mechanics can be very frustrating. We shall soon see. We'll try to get through it. But trying to clear these two levels quickly can be a bit of a pain. I'm sure with enough, playing it continually, you can figure it out. But even then, these pinball tables are very unpredictable.
Hey, there they are.
Marriage, no way.
Take care of them.
Sonic X was pretty decent. Yeah.
Leave it to me.
Here we go. Yahoo!
Theme song again, awesome for this level. Pinball mechanics are the stuff of nightmare, they definitely are. From what I can remember, I found the hardest, the hardest Chaos Emerald to get in this game was actually this one, on this level. I honestly found I found the last one actually easier than this one. I don't know why this one was the hardest to do. That's the actual Chaos stage, not this. But of course, to get to the stage, you've got to do this level. Oh, and trying to do this level quickly and not get hit. Be a pain.
Leave it to me.
What do you mean we have to start all over?
We should be able to move ahead if
The
we
current IDW writer told that it's unfair. Fan told everyone else, well, that's going to happen anyway. I mean, come on, you can't tell sensitive information to some random person online and expect it to be held in confidence. Sega scolded the writer, Darren, saying a bad thing.
Why don't we try going up there?
Got it.
Oh god. So that, gotta do this all again now. This is where it can have a problem. because if you switch to another character, especially on this level when you're all split up, and you switch that character, you'll zoom to that character instead, and then usually the other two will join you. So yeah, if I was going for an A rank or a speed run, I would have started by now, but I'm not. So let's just try to salvage what we can.
Pressing the A button will stop the reels from spinning when inside the big slot machine.
Try streaming Generations. Yeah, I don't see why not. I've got the Generations on the Xbox 360. I can certainly hook that back up, and Mania is an easy one because I've got it on Switch and... Oh my god, look at this. What is going on in this playthrough? Yeah, I've got Mania on Switch and PlayStation. Super Mario 64 is the best Mario game. Maybe. It's definitely one of my favourites. It's definitely the most revolutionary. It revolutionised that 3D platformer genre. Some of the controls are a little bit, I suppose you could say, dated compared to some more 3D platformers of today. But no, I really like Mario 64. Maybe the review of... No, as I said, I've said many times, I'm not covering any of the fan-made material. I want to keep the channel solely on official content. Galaxy? Yeah, Galaxy. 1 or 2, to be honest with you. They're both brilliant games. Hopefully Galaxy 2 will get... love in the future from Nintendo. Oh, here we go again. There we go, I got back to Knuckles just in time. Let's wait, there we go. Always make sure the characters are with you. So you just end up shooting yourself in the foot and having to do something again. There we go. We've got triple towers. Like a triple trouble. No pun. Yoshi games, you know, I've never actually played any of them. Never owned any of them as well. Maybe one day I'll get the one on the Switch. STC Online added a lot of characters. Yeah, I know they've added some of the characters. Knuckles doesn't need to be leveled up yet. Right, these gold things need to be I need Sonic. Clear these things first. There we go. We've got Knuckles at least one level up. Sonic will always go in the cannon on the direction that you need to go. Knuckles use the cannon, of course, to go in any direction you want. Lack of challenge, the original Yoshi. I suppose that's a lot with a lot of modern platformers. Not all, but a lot of the more modern platforms always have kind of like a easier mode, like help you. Yeah, modern STC's design is awesome. Okay, let's not try to spin attack into the lasers. Fleetway Supersonic is very interesting indeed, and I should have a video up next week. There should be another video on Fleetway Supersonic. It's not an in-depth like retrospective, but it is a new video with talking in it. So look out for that one. And to get the switch out. I really don't think I'll be getting an A rank on this level. I've only got 12,000 and we've been on it 8 minutes. But then again, I do think the A rank score is one of the more lower scores to get on this one to get an A rank. I can't even remember it. Finally.
All right.
Will I make hang on, let me just see what rank we get here. An E rank. Wow. That was a pretty bad playthrough, I'm not gonna lie. Will you make Knuckles videos or Echidna's videos? Yeah, you know, to be fair, eventually I would really like to do retrospective videos on all characters, really, on the channel. That's kind of what a goal would be, but a lot of time. But eventually, yeah, definitely want to do some Knuckles and Zakari videos. I want to kind of look into that. And it would be kind of cool to see exactly what Zakari was going to do after issue 101 he disappeared. Like properly, what he was officially going to do, not fan-made stuff that he going to do. You found it, Richard, followed Polygon. What will I do when I reach 100,000 subscribers? Very much doubt I'll get there. Who knows? I don't know, because I've never thought that I would reach there. Not impossible. I don't think anything's impossible, but it's very unlikely. Face reveal. Well, I've done videos with myself on the channel before, and also on my second channel, but maybe I'll do a returning face reveal. It has been quite a while since I've done a video with myself on camera. Oops. Yeah. Near. Oh, yeah. So, this is when it does come in handy when all of your characters are split up, because you're going to die and switch to one of the others, and there's a part of this level, Bingo Highway, that really benefits from being able to switch between characters. As you can see there, I just saved myself a death. Haven't died yet on the game. I said we're going to see how long we can go. The 20-year-old lolly, I did say that, didn't I? Well, if I reach 100,000, then we'll do it. Can I get some bingos on the table? Yeah, I did say I was going to do that, lolly. I can't back out of it now, can I? But like I said, 100,000 is a lot of subscribers. Unless I somehow go viral, like overnight. Richard Elson is a legend, yeah, he certainly is just that. There we go.
Here we go.
That gold robot will take away anyone he captures. If that happens, it could be dangerous. Why don't we try going up there? Let's go. Let's go. Dave. Dave.
Got it.
Let's line up sideways from here on.
Right, we're getting to the...
Leave it to me.
Let's get the life. Gonna need it.
All right.
192 rings. We're getting to the bit now where you got to do the bingo drop down bit with the holes. Oh, I don't know what just happened there, but it looks like Tails got stuck.
Got it.
Take this. Level up. Here we go.
This is all knuckles.
Can you taste the lolly? Unfortunately, you can't.
Look at all those Eggman robots.
You're just gonna have to get a visual representation of what it tastes like. You thought it was going to just turn to liquid from heating. Yeah, it probably would if it was heated enough. Pretty soft and has now become a part of the issue itself. And you got to think, I did a video on that like it's like 3 years ago now, I think. Maybe it's time for an updated video on it. See if it's changed at all in the last 3 years. Oh, we don't want to go down there. But we want the bingo numbers. Welcome to the live stream, Manic the Hedgehog. Welcome to the Sonic Heroes live stream.
All right.
Look at all those Eggman robots. Yeah, that's great. Followed up by Leave It to Me, Sonic. Usually what comes after it.
All right.
Leave it to Dave. Okay. Dave. Dave. Dave.
There we go. One of your favourites? Glad to hear it.
Here we go. Ready anytime.
Brilliant games, definitely one of my favourites. Who designed the casino? Very good. Who designed the casino to be kind of floating in the sky this high? You know, literally where... let's just get rid of these. If we had real-time physics, the air would be very hard to breathe up here. And if you make one wrong move, you're going to fall off and splatter down to the ground. I always really like the visual of how awesome like the city looks beneath this level. Just, you know, I always remember playing this game and looking down there thinking like, I would really like to go down and see what it looks like down there.
Let's go.
I think the pre-rendered backgrounds on this game, even today, still do look really well. Okay, so this is the part where you got to be a bit careful. I always do this. Always have just one character go down this chute. Because if you make a mistake, you're not going to die because you'll go back to one of the other characters. If you go down there with all three of them, you make one mistake and it's over. We'll see how well we do. See, look, the pre-rendered background there of the city beneath just looks awesome. Yeah, right, Sonic doesn't need yeah, look, there we go. That's why you leave the characters behind. Sonic, whoops, hedgehogs can breathe in space. I forgot about that. Do you plan on making a video about how you feel about Sonic? Well, yeah, I can do, I suppose. I think it'd be a little bit biased because I'm obviously a big fan, but maybe one day. Sounds like an interesting idea. This bit's always a little bit annoying. We did it. now we've got to make sure we... Knuckles went straight down. I hope no one else followed. Sonic's having a massive headache, he's indeed. As I said, these levels are a speedrunner's nightmare.
Here we go.
Ooh. You see how many lives I would have lost if I'd have done this with everyone? Okay, let's try to get this done. Looking good. No. I missed the 5, but I'm okay with that. I just want to get out of here. Oh my gosh, what is my luck tonight? Okay, we've got the 8, we've got a bingo. We've still got nearly 300 rings. Tower's joining me like a pixel brain. Yeah, he is indeed. Metal Sonic and Smash Bros. Yeah, I agree with that. To be honest, I'd rather see Metal Sonic as a character in there as opposed to Shadow. In my opinion. Right, let's just get out of there. This level has been something else to get through. You can tell I haven't played it for a while. There we go. Favorite Funko Pops? I'm not really a big fan of Funkos. I don't actually own any of them, I'm afraid. They're not for me. Got a B rank, salvaged a B rank. Must have been 30,000 for the A. Eggman, Robotnik, yeah, he would be a great candidate for Smash Brothers. It's a shame more people would rather have Shadow though, because of popularity, I guess.
Eggman. Why not have some fun while you can? After all, you only have one day, and we know who's going to win. Get them.
Okay.
I'll take care of him myself.
That's it.
Flawlessly. I don't know about that. Made quite a lot of mistakes, but we'll try to make it up for it in robot command.
Too cool.
Leave it to me, Dave.
Too cool.
Leave it to me.
Eggman really likes to smile. He does. He's really happy in this game, really, isn't it? His model is smiling all the time.
Leave it to me.
Level up.
Too cool.
Looks like there's a bunch of them. Come and get some.
Smash them.
Give up so easily, Eggman.
You're going to be back in a bit, Dragon Plays. Okie dokie, no problem. The stream will probably be going on for a little while longer. I'm going to clear Team Sonic. So we're about halfway into it, I'd say, the story mode.
Leave it to me.
Too cool. Level up.
That was great. Dave, okay. Dave, okay. Dave,
Smash them
that was
all.
great. Dave,
Got it.
leave it to me.
Go. We're saving up that Team Blast. Yeah, let's clear this. This must be the last one. The metal robots are here.
What's the matter? Got nothing
Don't get too excited. No, it's not the last one. Gotta be now then. Knuckles. They literally just annihilated everything there, look. There you go.
Those were the easy ones.
All right. Making robots is the same as breaking them.
A rank. I think this was the first time teamwork was a lesson. Yeah. Unless you include Knuckles Chaotix. So, Rail Canyon. This to me is where I find the difficulty spikes on this game. I honestly find that, you know, the casino level is a bit tricky, right? Because of the death pits in the bingo board bit. But this to me is where the difficulty I find really does spike. So easy to run through your lives on these this level. And the next one, of course, Rail Canyon and Bullet Storm.
What a view!
Look at those canyons.
So we'll see.
On the rail, Sonic.
I mean, I haven't lost a life yet. We'll see how we continue.
Leave it. Level up.
Hey, there they are.
Let's go. Dave.
Do you need to play Sonic Heroes to understand the OC? No, not at all, Jose. I don't think there's a single reference to Sonic Heroes in 06. I don't believe there is. The only thing it might kind of relate to in it is because obviously Team Dark are together in it. You've obviously got Rouge, Shadow and Omega. Obviously this was the first game that put them all together. But no, you don't need to play vice versa, really. Welcome, Joel Campbell.
Leave it to me. Level up. Dave.
Here we go. Level up.
Thank you for the compliment, Shondell Millar. I'm actually kind of think I'm playing quite bad here, to be honest. I played this game a lot in its first run, literally to death almost. A-ranked the entire thing. Obviously I haven't played it for a few years. There's some things you don't forget, but I used to be a lot better at this game. But thank you. Probably will do another stream, I reckon, of this game, but with one of the other character teams. And of course, maybe even do hard mode. Haven't played that for a long time.
Leave it to me. Dave.
Here we go. Yeah.
Leave it. Level up.
Here we go.
Knuckles is just a meme. Sonic 06 was a soft reboot. Yeah. Well, like I said, kind of, but then it did use the Team Dark, and obviously Omega came from this game, so it kind of wasn't a reboot entirely. It tried to kind of go its own distance. The thing is, with the Sonic universes and whatnot, like, it's very hard to know what is what nowadays, whether they're actually living on Mobius or Earth, because the continuity changes all over the place, game to game. One minute they're in human world, the next minute it's Mobius, and you've got, you know, futuristic cities and floating cars, and then you've got like the president in the limousine. It's like, you know, it can be a bit confusing sometimes. Welcome, Duke Bravewolf. No, you're not too late. We're only about halfway into it, I'd say. You've got a little while yet. You've joined me at a real pickle of a level. I would. I don't know whether. I don't dislike any levels on this game, but I suppose for difficulty, it might either be this or Frog Forest. That will be my least favourite. Level on the game. Just a switch.
I can't believe someone would build such a thing.
Yeah, Tails can't attack on his own, can he? Oh god, it's there. How could I have missed that? If I could choose one game from STC, it was cancelled. I guess the easy answer would be Sonic Adventure 2. A lot of people would say that, but I think Heroes would be a great one too, you know. That is one big canyon. Sonic 06 was the end point of the serious Sonic era. Yeah, it was. I don't think it was intended to be. It was just due to the reception backlash. Nearly. If Sonic 06 had been like a... No, Tails, we don't want to go that way. If Sonic 06 had been, a true success and very well received, it would have carried on with that, and we probably would have had a Sonic the Hedgehog like 2, 3. Sometimes it's best just to stay as Tails on these grinding bits, just because he has more control, and if you fall off you have got a slight chance of recovery by flying the rail. Doesn't work all the time, but you've got more of a safety net with Tails. Favourite STC character would be Sonic. I know it's a bit of an obvious response. If I weren't going to say Sonic, I'd say Robotnik. Do you think if Sonic X had continued, it would have covered 06? Yeah, I can't see why not. I think it would have been a good way for them to have gone back to Earth, I suppose, if they'd have done a Sonic 06 storyline. That wasn't too bad, actually. I know I've played it safe quite a few times, but let's see what we get. The time bonus should be quite good. Yeah, look, nearly 20,000. 35. Yeah, hey, we're back on track with A rank. Sonic Adventure. I said Bullet Storm, didn't I, earlier? It's actually Bullet Station. Let's get it right. Sonic Adventure has aged very well. It has indeed. I think it has aged very well. No other YouTuber is going to tell me otherwise. Yeah, this zone can be a bit of a nightmare. Original STC character, I guess it'd probably be Super Sonic then. I know it's Sonic's technically, but it's literally a completely different character. And they actually made him look different as well. It wasn't just like a Sonic recolor that certain other Sonic media's done. Bit of shortcut here.
Leave it to me.
So we've got 42 likes here, I've just seen. Pretty damn awesome. Has Sega announced the next Sonic game yet? No, I don't believe so. Leaving it a bit late, aren't they? Seeing as how it's Sonic's 30th anniversary. Oh, done this wrong. Not that one. This one. That needs to go over there. There we go. The STC Sonic Adventure arc was a good conclusion. Yes, it was indeed. Oh, exactly. Sonic had a much more personality. It's like with that type of attitude. That type of, I'm not saying like every character has to be like it, but that kind of, you know, its own personality and demeanour is something that's sorely lacking in the comics industry. And I'm not just talking about Sonic, I mean in general with like superhero genre, like everyone is the same, like everyone is like this perfect character that's got no like real flaws and they're all like really bitty characters. It's a bit boring. Generations was announced in April and released in November. Well, kudos, unless you recently checked, for remembering a release date announcement of Generations. It really boggles my mind that it's actually been 10 years since that game came out. I remember pre-ordering the collector's edition of it. Really clearly, as if it weren't that long ago. And I remember seeing the adverts, and at the time, Sonic Generations was sponsoring The Simpsons, which was on a lot, of course, it's The Simpsons. So, used to see it on TV a lot being advertised. Good times. STC Sonic is mostly a controversy. Yeah, that is because, you know, when you look at things of today's, you know, whatever you're looking at, and then you look back on a thing that's 20 years ago, of course it's going to be different. You shouldn't really judge things of today back on things in the past. It's really a good thing to do. But yeah. Sonic is a bit too... Well, I think the problem is Sonic's his demeanour is almost annoying, I find, in the modern Sonic games now. Especially Lost World. I found his character to be more annoying than fun. Even in Forces it weren't very good at all. Let's be honest here. Harry was wrote when he's imprisoned, right? He's imprisoned on the death egg for 6 months, you know, tortured or whatever. He gets broke out and he's like, right, that's it. I'm gonna stop Eggman right now. That's it. No, but no care, no emotional character of him shown. It's just, hey, I'm gonna get Eggman. You're just been imprisoned on a death egg and tortured for 6 months. You know, hey, let's just carry on like it never happened. It's just taken 6 months of your life. So we're doing quite well on this level. Hope I haven't jinxed it. Let's make sure we don't lose all our lives here.
Each time the bobsled takes on damage, one character is thrown off the bobsled. The speed decreases.
You saw the Generations stuff video. Cool. Well, that's why you know. I was going to say, it's a bit of a random fact to know off the top of your head. Not as bad, of course. What about the whole Sonic Heroes draws you into the series? As in this game in general, or just the Sonic series? I don't know, I've always found it quite fascinating. Very colourful characters. Vivid, large world and universe, you could say. No, it's kind of probably not as great as it used to be. But that, you know, as with most things, they could easily turn things around and make it better. I don't ever truly believe that the Sonic games will, you know, end like because there's going to be like one bad game.
I wonder where Eggman's secret weapon is.
Let's go!
Got it.
Here we go.
Train segments and Sonic levels, you love them. Yeah, good. Why not?
That must be Eggman.
The one in 06 weren't too bad either.
All right, here we go.
They could have easily made the torture just being stuck in a cell. Exactly, that would be damaging enough. Imagine that Sonic not being able to run for 6 months. Let's get the bonus here. Generations is certainly better than Heroes. If that's what you feel, that's what you feel. Personally, for me, I prefer Heroes, but Generations is definitely a great game. You're curious what the next Sonic game will be. Are Sega going to play it safe and give us like a Mania 2 or a Sonic Adventure remake that a lot of people seem to be talking about?
Not bad.
B rank? We'll take it. Didn't die though. Not bad. Haven't lost a life yet. Personally, I think I'd like to see something completely brand new. If it is a Sonic Adventure remake, then of course I'll get it. I just hope it does justice to the original. Because some remakes we've had, not Sonic essentially, but some remakes we've had of games haven't lived up to the task. This boss can be a bit of a pain, I find. The jumping mechanics here can make you easily lose a footing and all to your doom. Oh, ouch. Oh, my. Well, there we go. First life loss. I mean, that's not too bad, right? From beginning to Egg Albatross.
There's only one way to go.
Damn. There's me hoping we was going to do a playthrough without losing a life. Imagine if Gamma survived and stayed in the minecart. Yeah, sure, be awesome. The original Sonic Adventure is still a great game. Yeah, it is. But then I guess you've got to think, remakes of other games, the originals, have always been great or decent. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you spoke to a Final Fantasy fan, they would still say the original Final Fantasy VII is a really awesome, decent game as well. And Sega might be looking at the remake market and saying, you know, hey, remakes, they sell a lot, we should do it too. So from a business perspective, it might be a smart move, Sega. And you know, we all know nostalgia sells. Just look at Mania, it literally was 90% nostalgia. Right, we're nearly there. Let's just defeat the egg hawk with that. Gamma, Omega, yeah, I agree with that. I've never been a fan really of Omega. Oh, now then, that was close. That was very close. There we go.
You'll pay for this. Yes.
Welcome AC. Apologies if I haven't welcomed you yet. You just popped in there. Back in the late 90s, it was law. Every 2D franchise must try 3D.
Eggman,
A rank
you
too.
know
Yes,
you
you're right. It certainly was. Even games like Street Fighter tried to do it. There was an abysmal 3D fighting version of that game. There's a reason you don't ever hear about it now, because it was terrible.
It's a fake?
From these canyons, watch as I conquer the world with my air fleet. And this time, you can't stop me.
Drat, a trap to stall for time.
got old Metal Sonic with his T1000 abilities.
All life form data successfully copied.
Even Pac-Man, yeah, even Pac-Man. Frog Forest, okay. Here we go. I'll be very surprised if we don't lose some lives on these levels.
Eggman, no way off the hook this time.
So the next level, the next jungle level, they're the ones that feature the big robots, the big Eggman robots. And then it's like Mystic Mansion, where you see the big robots with the gold helmets on, which are always problematic to deal with. I usually use Team Blast on them.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Little bias towards this level. Yeah, it's I think out of all the levels on this game, this is probably the most unique level. Like, let's be realistic here, because we've got, you know, the standard sort of green seaside setting level. We've got like a city level. I've just died. Life 2 gone. Let's try again. Yeah, we've got like an Eggman level, Robotnik, whatever, and even the Mystic Castle level. You know, we've already had like you know, some sort of horror thing levels with Sonic Adventure 2's Pumpkin Hill, etc. This level on the game feels like the most unique sort of style level, because it's not like a standard like green hill sort of scene. It's like a giant forest with giant mushrooms with giant frogs. You know, I always found it to be quite. It's different per se to what like the forest level, green forest we have in Sonic Adventure 2. I feel like this is probably the most unique level in the game. Am I playing Sonic Forces Speed Battle? Is that like a mobile app game? I'm not sure. If it is, then no.
Did you guys hear a crow? Here we go.
Mighty Ray and Metal are also planned for a team. Why do I like Sonic so much? Well, I guess anyone can be asked why do they like anything so much, but I just find the franchise to be a lot of fun. I enjoy the characters. It's got a lot of faults, and some of the fan bases can be questionable, but you know, what fan base doesn't have this sort of stuff nowadays? I think the Sonic franchise, the fact that it's you know, endured so long, is a true testament to the popularity of the characters. You don't have a connection to Green Hill. I mean, that's fair enough. I think it's kind of mandatory now that every Sonic game must have Green Hill in it, or at least a Green Hill type level. It worked. I think it definitely worked in Sonic Adventure 2 because it was like an extra one-off. But ever since then, it's been mandatory that we've got to have it. Just drop the controller then. Pick that back up. Pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, Sonic definitely has such an appealing design. Music, nice, definitely. First 3 Sonic games are indeed a classic. Whenever you see like a top, you know, games list of all time, you'll often see like one of the Sonic games in it. Sonic CD is average over here. If that's how you feel about a game, that's fine. It's not my favourite out of like the original games, but the game was quite
Should we use it to fly again?
revolutionary for its time. The fact that it had like sort of stereo audio and had so much level and backward compatible, well, not backward going, future and past, made the levels really quite fun to trek through. It was also the first Sonic game that actually gave us a voice to Sonic, even though he only had very few lines of the game.
There they are.
Eggman's robot.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
I think what a problem it had is a lot of people never got the chance to play Sonic CD until years later when it was put in compilation games, because Mega CD, or I think it was just called the Sega CD in America, it was very expensive during its original release, and it didn't really sell well. It wasn't one of Sega's best selling machines. So not everyone really got the chance to play it, as opposed to what Sonic 1, 2, 3 and Knuckles. No, I really like Sonic CD, and to this day I think personally it's got like, I'd probably say the best intro to a Sonic game, at least in my opinion, like my favourite, that intro of Toei Sonic and the ending as well. And it gave us two very popular characters, Metal Sonic and obviously Amy Rose.
What is that thing? Let's try grinding on it. Here we go.
I've got my copy somewhere around in one of the drawers. I did manage to get it signed by Kazuki Hoshino at a Sonic Con years ago. Because he was the artistic creator for Metal Sonic and Amy Rose. It's somewhere, I can't remember where I put it. The 8-bit Sonic games are interesting. They are indeed. They were actually my first foray into the Sonic gaming universe. Sonic 1 on the Master System was actually my first Sonic game I ever played. And then eventually got around to like Sonic 2, Chaos, and of course Blast. A rank, not bad. Especially seeing as I died, but then I did have to restart the level. Lost Jungle. This is my least favourite track on the game. It's a soundtrack.
You sure it's safe around here?
Leave it to me.
Here we go. There they are.
Eggman's robot.
Leave
And
them
this
to
one's
me,
definitely got a bit of a difficulty curve, I find.
Level up.
You know what? There's our introduction to the big robot, and we're just going to ignore him. We're going to leave him be.
Here we go.
It was Froggy. I mean, it's pretty good that they actually used the same model design from Sonic Adventure 1 of the frogs.
Got it.
Leave it to me. Let's go. Let's go.
Of course, we've got the black frogs now.
Let's go.
Feels generic. Well, I guess the problem is, this is not a problem in a bad point. It's that the game's got such an amazing soundtrack that, you know, there's going to be one track that's not going to be able to live up to the rest of it. It definitely feels like a jungle-themed level, but I think you're right. It does just feel generic. It's just like, you know, jungle beats and sounds in the background.
Leave it to me.
Whereas, you know, Frog Forest actually sounded quite unique.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, let's get that guy.
Here we go.
Leave it to me.
Really, Steve?
Yeah, of course, seeing Metal Sonic in the in Tube in Sonic Adventure. I remember when I first saw that playing a game, I was like, whoa. I thought like maybe Metal Sonic is going to be in the game, but no, it was just a clever little Easter egg. I loved the animation they did for the Sonic CD in it during Amy's playthrough with Metal Sonic chasing them. So it was a clever way for them to use the model in the game as well for a cutscene, as opposed to just you know, just having him in a tube. And of course later, you know, future release, we did get oh dear.
Leave it to me.
Now we've got to do this again.
All right, I'll take care of them.
I'm not even going to fight him this time.
There's that black frog again.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a reason why I remember this being one of my least favourite levels. I think the problem is
Leave it to me.
can get a little bit frustrated and trigger happy. Definitely can't rush some of these sections in this level because you're just going to end up making the same mistake. As you just saw me there do it 3 times.
Leave it to me.
There's that black frog again.
You think the Mega Drive is the best Sega console? Well, it definitely is financially, there's no doubt about that. It's their best selling console, and the fact that it, you know, pretty much outsold Nintendo, at least in Europe and Brazil, is pretty incredible when they had such a stronghold over it. The only reason why I'm tempted to say maybe the Saturn or the Dreamcast is probably my favourite is, although, you know, the Mega Drive is incredible and it's like one of my first forays really, other than the Master System. I didn't have many games for it. I had the Sonic games, of course, but there weren't many other games that I had for it. Because obviously, you know, just a kid. I was never spoiled, so I only ever got one game or something for either it was like a birthday or Christmas. I never got anything else. It wasn't until I got older when I had the opportunity to make money or, you know, work for money, that I was able to get other games that weren't just Sonic related for either the Saturn or the Dreamcast. So I was able to kind of venture off into other areas of gaming and play different genres as well. So I have a lot of more memories, I'd say, of playing different genres of games from the Saturn Dreamcast era as opposed to the Mega Drive, when it was mostly just either Sonic or Streets of Rage. There was a couple other exceptions as well, Golden Axe. But no, still the Mega Drive is still one of my favourites. I'm tempted to say it might not be my favourite. Fourth death. Well, I'm glad someone's counting. Not even trying anymore. No, I am trying. I'm definitely still trying. I just want to get this level done though. And then we've got to face Team Dark.
Leave it to me.
Don't think we'll be getting an A rank for this. And then we've got to do that alligator chase bit, which can be a bit of a pain as well on this level. I always found that part of this game to just come out of nowhere as well. And I don't think it's essentially a bad knock on the game, but the alligator chase scene, if you know this game, you know what I'm talking about here. But it always, that kind of moment kind of really feels like it comes out of nowhere. It's the sort of mechanic you usually get in like either a Crash Bandicoot or a Sly Cooper game. Whereas on here, it's just like there's only one part of the game where it's here, and it's thrown at you right at the end of this level. You've got to just quickly run away from it.
Let's go.
There's that black frog again.
You used to have a Saturn, but you did not own it much. Definitely a console to go back to. Unfortunately, the prices have unfortunately got to ridiculous levels now for the games. A lot of money to get. You grew up with the Master System. It outsold NES in Europe. Yeah, not many people know it. Not many people realise just how popular Sega was in Europe. Sega had the market over here. They knew what they were doing, and that's why here we are. We're coming up to the bit now. They knew what they were doing here, and Brazil as well, of course. Those two markets were tremendously successful for Sega. Okay, let's try to do this without losing any more lives. Concentrate. There we go, not bad. Ooh, I don't know what rank we're going to get for this. Very bad performance. That's actually surprising. The A rank might have only been 30,000. That's not too hard a level then to really clear. If I had have not died on that level, I probably would have got an A.
Look, it's that hedgehog.
Wonder what the big rush is all about. Bet you those guys will end up getting in my way and making trouble.
Hey, isn't that...
Sonic!
Talk about being stubborn and full of surprises.
Long time no see, boys. Too bad you had to come all this way for nothing. We'll take it from here.
What'd you say?
Sensors locked on Eggman. Non-compliant intruders will be destroyed.
Didn't you know? We have a date with Eggman, too.
Is that so? Well then, it'll be a date to die for.
Hey, that's my line.
Okay, here we go. Again, same rules apply. Choose Sonic. Jump from B. And we can say farewell to Team Dark. There you go, how about that? Team Dark. Team Embarrassment. How long did they last? 15 seconds. Why does Sonic want to kill? Why does Shadow want to kill Sonic? I don't know. He said it's a date to die for. I guess they had to make a boss fight somewhere in this game for the characters, so. Yeah, that would make sense. Why would no one question? It is kind of, you know, gone into more detail in the Team Dark scenario. Because Shadow does indeed ask Eggman. Well, it's not really Eggman, is it? It's Metal Sonic, but Metal Sonic disguised as Eggman. But as Shadow turned out to be such a popular character, you know, no character is immune from being brought back from the dead. That's why we have Shadow alive now. I mean, this is certainly nothing new. I mean, God, just look at Star Wars. That's an absolute mess, that franchise now. I mean, how many more characters from the dead are they going to bring back? Just to bring back? Yeah, you know. I guess they only had like, what, 30 seconds to do a cutscene, so it would be a bit much for them to fit in more dialogue and cutscene.
There's that switch again.
Maybe that's the go. Yeah, don't scare Tails. I do like these levels. I've always been a fan of this kind of spooky type levels. There's not, you don't really see this sort of stuff in the Sonic games nowadays, really. Is there any exceptions? I'm trying to think. There's not really, is there? But this, and obviously, you know, Pumpkin Hill, these are really awesome levels. I've always been a fan of like Halloween, so I definitely like these levels just that little bit more. Star Wars brings back characters for money. That is true. Or when they've, you know, dug themselves a hole and they don't know how to get out of it, so they just write a character back to fill in plot holes, which make it even worse.
Try going down there.
Music in these two acts is great. 100% agree.
The door's opened.
Got it.
In your opinion, the NES is more recognised due to reviews? Yeah, let's be realistic here. You're absolutely spot on there. When you look at retro video game channels on YouTube, probably like 90%, if not more, are mostly centered around the NES. Can be a little bit tiresome, but like you said, they grew up in that sort of. They grew up with that. It was more popular for them, so you can understand it.
Got it.
Level up.
Yeah, I do use these themes in STC videos. They don't get used too much, only used when it suits the theme of whatever is going on in the issue. Yeah, you know, Prosecutor Walter knows what I'm talking about when it comes to Star Wars. Whoop. You remember when Knuckles was cursing? You know, I never thought that, honestly. It wasn't until, obviously, we had the very famous Sonic paradox, do the joke of it. I listened to it and I thought, you know what, actually, it does kind of sound like that. You are right. But I never thought of it originally that he was saying the S word. But a lot of people seem to think he was saying it originally. But when you think of it and you listen to it now, I think once you think he's saying it, it gets stuck in your head and you never forget it. You know, it does sound like he's saying it, yes. Ah, Pumpkin Man.
There's that switch again.
But then I was also one of the few that never had a problem with the barrel roll in Sonic 3. I never understood that. A lot of people said they struggled with that. I never got that. It's like you go on it and the thing's already moving up or down, so there's only kind of two things you can possibly think of doing. Either try to press forward or back, which is not going to get you nowhere because you're stuck on it, or press jump, which does nothing either, and then just press up or down. But hey, that's good for me.
Leave it to me. Let's go. Let's go.
There they are.
Eggman's robot.
You find it hilarious when Shadow's saying "damn" is cursing. Yeah, I always oh, that's interesting too. Is damn a curse word? Apparently so.
Let's go. Wing. Let's go. Yay. Yeah.
Let's get towers to full power. There we go. Now we can destroy away.
Level up.
Leave it to me.
Yes.
Yay.
Got it.
Leave it to Kate.
Got it.
Leave it to me. Yay.
Got it.
Not bad.
Flipped upside down. Leave it to me. Yay. Yay. Yay.
Got it.
Leave it to me. Let's go. Let's go. Yay.
Got it.
Leave it to me. Let's go. Wing.
Okay, let's try to get back up there again and defeat these robots.
Yay.
Here we go.
Got it. Take this.
Leave it to me. Yay. Wing.
Got it. Take this. Take this.
Sounds like an interesting idea, Duke. Interesting animation idea.
We're turning upside down again.
We're back to normal now.
Leave it to me.
I don't think I've ever thought Towers was saying that, but that's just me.
Leave it to me.
Got it.
Leave it to me.
Got it.
So we're at the how long are we on here? Hour and 40 minutes. That's actually gone by really quick.
Look, there's a target switch.
Now I will say this. I never noticed this when I first played this game for a long time actually. That after you hit the circle pad there and you switch it upside down, that the Eggman is actually now Metal Sonic upside down. I never noticed that until years later. But then you've got to remember, I originally played this game on like a small CRT television, so I would have missed out on some of the details. But yep, that is indeed Metal Sonic right there. Took me years before I realised that.
Got it.
Leave it to me.
Got it.
Level up. Here we
Too
go.
cool.
Alright, we're nearly there.
Jump now.
You never knew Eggman was there. Yeah, I guess he's a little bit more obvious than Metal Sonic, but I suppose he can be missed too. Damn. There you go, look, everyone's talking about it. Damn, and then I've just used it.
Let's jump.
Yes.
There we go. Let's see what we get. Yeah, Knuckles really got the score there. A rank, that's more like it. Alright, Mystic Mansion. So this is the level that gives us the debut of the big robots with the gold helmet.
What a castle.
Although they do pop up a lot more frequently and earlier in the hard mode and Team
Clean with all
Dark.
these ghosts. Not bad.
Let's go. Tate.
Yeah.
Got it.
You might be right there, Massa. The equivalent. I'm not really that sure. I guess you could say it's just the definition of the actual term itself. I mean, I don't know anyone that actually uses the term curse word here in the UK. It's often referred to as a swear word. That's kind of what we say over here.
Me, Sonic. Hey, I think that this thing may fall on us if we step on
Yeah,
it.
awesome music. 100%.
Let's go. Level up.
So just one more level to do after this. We've gone through this quick, even though we've been on here coming up 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Leave it to Tate.
Mysterious switch. Wonder what it does.
Got it.
Knuckles will obliterate you.
Not bad. Here we go.
Alright.
Down there.
But that's not good, Sonic. Oh my gosh. Well, Sonic didn't do his job there. We've got to do this again with the power-up gone. Why do people say curse words? I don't know, and I didn't even really... The word curse itself isn't really used in British English. My first introduction to the word curse was probably in Pokemon, because you've got the move curse in it, where you hurt yourself and it hurts your opponent. Egg Fleet is your favourite level in the game. It's a good level, it's a great level. I also really like Final Fortress 2. I know it's a challenge, but the design of that level is awesome, and it's definitely got one of my favourite Eggman, Robotnik level themes. The intro sequence to that level as well, where you're jumping forward with, you know, obviously say Team Sonic, and then you've got that really awesome pre-rendered background of Robotnik's fortress in the background. Really, really well done, presented in a really awesome visual spectacle. You like Egg Fleet, but it's not fun to play. It's a bit of a challenge to get the A rank on. There's so many different routes to go on it, and then of course you've got the E1 millions, or the E1000s, whatever, them robots that shoot the lasers. Curse is a reference to the Bible religious undertones. Yeah, of course it was used in, like, you know, like a horror film or something, if someone was put on a curse, something like that. The word was used in one of the comic stories, the one issue 103, I believe, the Captain Plunder story, where it is used that he actually gets cursed. He's cursed with bad luck. So there is that too, but I've never heard really the term word used of curse word. Just off the work and you saw this streaming. Well, welcome Silver. Great to see you pop in just before you have to leave us. Appreciate you dropping in. And I hope that your work shift goes well for you this weekend. Let's just clear these guys. Yeah, I see what you're saying about them adapting a few things, but I honestly think it was probably just purely a coincidence that some things in this game actually kind of, you know, Sonic the Comic predated. I really do. You could say it with Forces as well, because there was a lot of ideas in that game that you kind of felt like they were a reference to Sonic the Comic, but I have a funny feeling that the developers of this game probably didn't even know Sonic the Comic existed. Gotta be honest there.
Here we go. There's another trolley. Let's catch it.
You saw one of my videos where people wonder why Kinsport evil. Oops, jumped into that. Well, he was absorbed from evil because the machine was unstable and it didn't contain all of the Chaos Emeralds at that time, and they were at a weakened state.
Leave it to me.
They were very unstable.
Leave it to me.
That's why they were placed in a frozen container afterwards to kind of contain the evil. What feels like a STC reference in this game? So, probably the Chaotix would be one. Charmy.
Try going down there.
You know, I did do a list of some of this stuff as well. I can't remember what it was, but I'm trying to wrap my brain around this now.
Here we go. All right.
What is this place?
Yeah, as Silver has said, trying to do two things at once here, play the game as well. Charmy's annoying personality was definitely one that could be used as a reference. Metal Sonic, of course, portraying Eggman. There we go. This part of this level is a lot more challenging for Team Dark. But it shouldn't be too bad. Sonic. This is the last part of the level anyway.
Best left to Tails.
Yeah, but this was the first game that Charmy actually like properly spoke and was shown. The only experience we had had of Charmy before then was obviously Knuckles Chaotix, and it's hard to judge someone's personality really from that game, especially when no one really played it. Well, not no one, but not many people. It took me years before I got a chance to play that game, and now the game is ridiculously expensive to get a hold of.
Here we go.
You could honestly say a lot of Sonic the Comics scenarios were referenced in Sonic games. For instance, let's just get rid of this guy over Tank Blast. You know, you've got Metal Sonic, not Metal Sonic, Metal Knuckles, of course, was Sonic the Comic first. The heavy influence on an Arabian setting, the Shanazar arc, obviously predated anything. Sonic and the Secret Rings.
Piece of cake.
There was a lot of references to Sonic Forces. I did a video on it about 3 or 4 years ago, comparing the two. Knuckles Chaotix is a fun game, but you're definitely right. It's not worth shelling out the money it's selling for. I mean, if you can get it for around 20, 30 quid, I'd probably say yes. But, I mean, the game's... To find a boxed copy of the game now, it's like over 200 quid. Ridiculous. Right, Robot Storm.
What a joke.
What did you say? Now I'm really mad. Get them.
Payback time, Eggman. You guys ready?
Always, let's try to get out. You're right, Sword. If Sonic the Comic hadn't, it's just saying like a what-if scenario, if it had have continued, it would have been up to about 600 by now. Yeah, Richard Elson's been very public about his time during the Shanazar arc. He wasn't particularly happy, and he said it shows. Very honest of him to say that, to be honest with you, but I never thought the artwork was bad. I suppose sometimes if you look at it and compare it to maybe some of his older work or even some of his more recent work after that, such as the Game Over or Sonic Adventure arc, you might be able to see, but, you know, I'm no artist. I'm not going to sit here and say someone's art's bad when my art is trash. I still think that even his Shanazar arc is incredible. Even Elson on a bad day is still incredible art. Yeah, you see, there's no way that, like I said, the people who were designing Forces didn't even know STC existed, as I said. When they have to look on Wikipedia, Favourite Sonic game? Sonic 3 and Knuckles, followed by Sonic Adventure 1. You think Sonic? Let's get these robots done. You put filler there. Yeah, I suppose technically these could be classed as boss fillers, but I still think they're fun regardless. Because, you know, smashing up robots, what's there not to love about that? And the theme's awesome as well. Sonic should get new accessories. Bow tie sounds pretty interesting. Curiosity, was there a reason Elson transitioned to the upward spikes? Well, the thing is, Elson never did anything out of his own accord. It was all under the influence of Sega, and it was Sega's ideas for the characters to be redesigned. And the upward spikes come from the box art of Sonic 3D, Flicky's Island, because you look at that 3D visual of Sonic's face, his spikes are actually upwards, and that's where the redesign of Sonic come from. Why were characters like the Omni Viewer essentially written out? Nigel Kitching has gone into this in interviews before. And he's very publicly said he didn't just forget the characters. It was just time constraints, and there just wasn't enough room for them to be wrote into. You got to think during this time, in the later parts of Sonic the comic, the comic was going slowly to reprints. So there was only like 1 or 2 new stories, and yeah, unfortunately, there's only so much time you can fit into one story in 7 pages. And of course, Lou Stringer took over the Shanazar arc for about a year's worth of work before Nigel Kitching returned.
Leave it to me.
He has. That was quite easy, wasn't it? 4 minutes. He said some stuff about why he's may have been entirely happy during the Shanazar art. He might have had some personal things going on, and of course, you know, he's very good friends with the main writer Nigel Kitching, who you've got to think he left Fleetway at that time. So when one of your good friends leaves you, working there, that's going to impact you as well. And there was other stuff probably going on. And maybe he even lost a bit of some of his passion for Sonic at that time. I don't think there was specifically one reason. Was Shanazar done digitally? Most of it was. Probably about 90% of it. The Mick McMahon Shanazar art stories were, I think, traditionally coloured by paint colours. But the majority of the Elson stuff, with the exception of a few covers, were all done digitally. Here we go, Egg Fleet. The visual aesthetic of this level is awesome as well. How you blasting through. I mean, I know that the ships here kind of do look a little bit basic visually, but the backdrop is awesome. Yeah, they did introduce the Omni door to go between zones, but I guess you got to think, you know, with the Omni Viewer as a character present, you know, you could easily end a lot of stories with him being present there. And maybe there was going to be a story wrote why he disappeared or something. You never got to know that. It may have been done in a future story. Yes, that was the Omni Viewer's final appearance. Even though you technically don't see him, Silver, he's just dematerialising in that panel. Well, you do get to see him a little bit, but his facial features have already gone. You just get to see the outline of his screen. can't believe we're on the final stretch already. We are indeed, and we've actually been just going 2 hours exactly. How about that? We're close to the end. Yeah, this level definitely is epic. Music's good too. Definitely really sets you up for the next level, Final Fortress. And the fact that the Final Fortress level's at night, it kind of shows you that it's taken Sonic and Tails and Knuckles like the whole day to essentially get through this massive egg fleet to get to Robotnik's final mothership, to say the least. The Omnidor introduced and immediately forgotten. Yeah, well, I guess it weren't forgotten per se. You gotta think, after the Omnidor was introduced, that was when Sonic very shortly afterwards went to Shanazar, which he spent a good portion of that part of the comic in. So it would have been impossible for them to use the Omnidor there. How much money did Eggman pay for this? Yeah, he's got a lot of budget, right? I mean, this is some serious firepower here in ships. When you think compared to like Sonic Adventure 1, where it's just the egg carrier, as in he's flying fortress, just one thing, or even just the death egg, just one structure. This game kind of blows everything out of the park with what he's got. It's just the scale is just puts these other games ships to shame.
Let's charge it using your rocket excel. Here we go. One down.
All right.
Way to go, guys.
This is all knuckles.
That's a good point, Master. That's a good point. We also never got the true
It seems like those robots are protecting us. Let's take out the robots first.
conclusion to whatever happened to the pirated online viewer as well. I have a funny feeling that would have been used in a future story. You think that's bad? You're wondering how much debt Dr. Wily is in. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the Mega Man games. I do have the most recent one. One of my friends is actually a really big fan of the franchise, and it was actually him that kind of told me and got me into the franchise. But I do know that Wily's name is a direct reference to Albert Wesker from Resident Evil, because I'm a big Resident Evil fan, and I know he's got the same name as, well, he's essentially the main villain of Resident Evil. Charge. Yeah, we're going to be hearing that coming soon, Shockwave. I can't wait to face the Egg Emperor. That boss is it can be a nightmare. Mega Man was the shizzle. See, I never got to experience the originals, so I'm going to take your word for it, but I have seen them, and they do look fun. No, I did enjoy the new one, to be fair. I have got it on Switch. Although, I suppose a random fact, Mega Man is actually one of my favourite characters to play as in Smash Brothers. No audio. No, the stream's fine. I've got excellent, excellent connection. It's all green. You struggled to tell STC had gone digitally by Shanazar. Yeah. You can kind of tell the artwork's digital now when you look back at it. The first few issues where it had gone digital, which would have been Robotnik Reigns Supreme. But afterwards, you can tell Richard really got to grasp with digital colouring, and it looks just as good as his traditional colouring. It's really hard to tell the difference. Mega Man benefited from keeping the store relatively simple. Yeah, I totally agree. I guess you could say the same with Mario as well, to be honest with you. Dang, you're good. Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I don't think I'm playing entirely great on this playthrough. On some of it, but we're doing okay, I'm going to say. There we go. Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah, Final Fortress, awesome level. As I said before, the backdrop scene here with the pre-rendered fortress, always that bit there.
Must be Eggman's headquarters.
Always love that bit of this game.
How does this thing stay afloat? Doesn't matter. Let's take it down. Some of the platforms are unstable. We better keep moving.
If you want Pig Elson art, read his 2000 AD's Kingdom. Yeah, awesome. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, let's just go.
Here we go. Leave it to me. Let's go.
The cannons are aiming our way. Watch for those target markers. Break those cannons into pieces.
You're doing a dang good job. Well, thank you. We'll see if I can keep this good playthrough up to the end, eh?
Leave it to me. Level up. Let's go. All right. Here we go.
Ready anytime.
What's that you've asked there, Silver? Best Elson art. I really can't answer that, to be honest with you, because I'm just too biased to his artwork, because I just love it all. But your choices of 80 to 100 are definitely awesome choices. Even some of the later artwork for like the Game Over arc and Sonic Adventure is, I think one of my favourite panels from the Sonic Adventure arc is the one where he's in that machine to test his eyes by Porker Lewis, who's doing the tests on him. The amount of detail he's done in the machine that's all around Sonic is incredible. And also the panel where Sonic's in his bedroom, very depressed after Johnny's death. Richards put so much sort of like little Easter eggs and details of things all around him. It's really, really awesome.
Jump now.
Leave it to me.
Let's leave this to Tails. Yes.
Let's go.
Just leave it to Tails.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, there they are.
Dave. 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 Dave.
100%. He's not only just a great artist, but he's as a colorist as well. He is top notch. If you look at the Tomb, the two-part story from issue in 1991, I think it was either 89 or 90. It was coloured by, I believe it was Steve White, and the colouring job on it was quite frankly poor. the outlines of itself, drawn by Elson, incredible. It's the one where he fights Knack the Weasel and Supersonic imprisoned in the Omni Viewer was put in the Black Asteroid. But the colouring on it by, I believe it was Steve, it's very poor. It's so basic. It looks like he's just gone on paint, clicked blue, and then clicked on Sonic, and then the whole of Sonic's blue, and it's just left as that. No colouring detail on the background really at all. It really goes to show you that, you know, to be an artist is not just drawing itself, it's to also be a great colourist. It's just as important. There we go, number one done. This really goes to show you how great an artist Richard Elson is. Yeah, Dragon Plays just said that. Oh god. Sonic Adventure 2 was on God tier of Sonic games. Yeah, definitely. Nearly got hit there. So I was reading that comment. Pay a bit more attention. No, we missed it. Oh, just about got it. Nearly died. Just leave it to towers as Sonic is lying there on the lower platform. There we go. Black Knight was pretty good. Yeah, it's nowhere near as bad as people say it is. I thought the story was okay. It's just a bit of a throwaway game, really, like, but not in a bad way. Not to be taken as seriously. Again, it had a good soundtrack. It's not got a terribly long run time, but yeah, it weren't bad. Great colouring should pair with the line art, absolutely, and that's what I was. Line art was the word I was trying to look for earlier. But thank you. Oh, these robots with their shields. Luckily, Tails can hurt them quite a lot with Thundershoot when they've not got their shields up. Probably should have just used Team Blast, but I was kind of saving it for when them big robots are going to come. That's not good. There we go. You've never played any of the Wii Sonic games? They're good. They're good. I suppose the strongest is Colours. Yeah, it's got to be the strongest, I'd say, Sonic game on the Wii. How big is this fortress? It's indeed massive, right? I suppose you could say Eggman Land in Sonic Unleashed was quite large on scale as well, but I don't think even that was nowhere near really to the scale of Robotnik's fortress here in Heroes. Oh, 100%. The Wii games are cheap as anything. I'm sure you can find Secret Rings and Black Knight for ridiculously cheap price. Like a lot of Wii games now, to be honest with you. They are really, really cheap. Pence even. I didn't mind Secret Rings. Let's get rid of this guy. I didn't mind Secret Rings when I got it on launch and played it. Took me a bit of getting used to the controls and whatnot, but I enjoyed it for what it's worth. I haven't played it in years, so I don't know whether my opinion's probably changed. It probably has if I was to replay it again now. Eggman Land does have a good theme. definitely. Welcome Kizzy's #1 fan. Welcome to the stream, or welcome back. We're close to the end. We're actually very close to the end. Let's just get rid of these guys. Got a good score here, look, 54,000. Let's hope not to foul on the grinding bit. Right. This bit is a bit of a pain sometimes, especially for Team Dark. Remember this being a bit more trickier. Getting a bit of a chance here by being Sonic and jumping for that. Don't really need the points. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, that's not good. Quickly, towers. Ooh. Ooh, recovery. My God, that was close. Nice. Nearly 60,000. Nearly 70. Got to be an A rank. Yeah, definitely.
We did it!
Top 5 Sonic Heroes recoveries. Thank you.
This time you won't get away!
Give it up! This looks like checkmate, Doctor.
Enough of this! Sonic, Tate, Knuckles! Time to meet your maker!
Right, this boss can be a pain. There is a easy way to cheese this, but you need to get towers powered up quickly. Because if you don't know what you're doing on this boss, first time, he can tear you apart as he's doing to me right now. Yeah, for those that don't know, to stop him charging at you, you need to not get too far away from him. I'm really blowing it right here. Ooh, look at that, dying on a speed ramp. Okay, let's try that again.
This is it, guys. Don't hold anything back.
Okay!
No worries. Level up.
You need to get that balloon there, really. I'm sure that's got the tower's power up in it. Right. Last Sonic game, Eggman was a threat. Yeah, I suppose fair. I suppose he did kind of feel like a bit of a threat in 06 as well. I mean, I know he wasn't... no, did you say that? Yeah, I'd say he was actually considered a threat in 06. I'd probably say 06 was the last game. Charge. Indeed. Charge. No, don't get too close to him. Even if you get too far ahead of him, he'll just charge that direction as well. Oh my god. Right, that's it. We've got it. We're doing it properly this time. That's it. No more mistakes. We're going to do it properly. Sonic Adventure 1 live stream. I have done that already. If you go on my Sonic live streams playlist, I have done it, but I probably will do another live stream on it because there's the power up. Yeah, because I love Sonic Adventure. It's an awesome game. Okay. Once we get to the next area, I will unleash on this boss. Yeah, you hit it in one there, Silver. We talked about Sonic Forces quite a lot before you come onto the live stream. You're right, it does in principle look like he's actually a threat, but then it just kind of turns into a joke of himself. Sonic Riders live stream? Yeah, don't see why not. Maybe we can do that. I kind of do prefer Zero, the Wii Sonic Riders best as my favourite out of the three. But yeah, put one of them up one day. Then Sonic Adventure. Right. Let's get to the next area. Yeah, Zero, it's, you've got it there. I do enjoy Zero. I have it on the Wii. It's on the PS2 as well. Sonic 3D stream, yeah, that can come too. I would like to do the Saturn version as well, to be honest with you. I need to get an adapter so I can connect it. Maybe we can do both of them. Alright, he's nearly done. This is how you do it. You just get towers powered up and just hit him with Thundershoot. Well, I say he's nearly done. He's got like still. Thought he was less hurt than that. Sonic Adventure stream, yeah, that may well be the next one, you know. Seeing as that quite a few people have requested it, and I am such a fan. Welcome, Lib Flap channel. No, I do not have a TikTok, I'm afraid. Can't help you with that one. Right, here we go. Towers is now fully powered. Let's just get to the next area and we'll be able to defeat him easily. Indeed, let's go, as Dragon Players put it. Okay. Probably. Yeah, TikTok's not for me, to be honest. Just like another Snapchat, really. Not a big fan of it. That's just me. Right. Let's try to get him. As you've got towers fully powered with Thundershoot, it does a lot of damage to him. You can see his bar is just dwindling down. He won't go down easily. Well, he looks like he's going down easily to me. Well, actually, no. No, come on, don't let him get away. No. He's not getting away. I've got Team Blast. He's literally got no health. Okay. Right. That's it. This will defeat him. That was a lot more harder than it should have been. Used to be able to defeat him very easily. I'm way out of sync. That's it. Welcome, Lord Dooster. You've just joined us pretty much at the end of the stream. Oh, C-Rank. But welcome nonetheless.
Boy, talk about cutting it close.
Not really.
Come on, tell me you weren't scared. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have had a chance.
Well, maybe you're right. Thanks, Knuckles. You too, Tails. Later, guys. I'm out of here.
Wait up, Sonic! Get back here!
And that's it. Here we are. The end. Kazuyuki Hoshino. That was the name I was trying to pronounce properly earlier. Have I seen any YouTube video by Each Vader? I don't think so. Doesn't sound familiar. Not on that one. I'm guessing it must be funny videos. That's a good shout, Silver, and I would like to do some more streams of the other playthroughs on here. And I think I will eventually, definitely. And also the hard mode as well. A lot of games I'd like to do. Hopefully I can do kind of weekly sort of streams, that would be awesome. Awesome way to spend 2.5 hours. Well, thank you for joining for the 2.5 hours of fun. We'll let the credits end and then I'll wrap this stream up. Glad to hear you'll be tuning in. Yeah, I'll make sure I've got a preview link up like a day or two before that I'm certainly going to be streaming. So yeah, get a heads up for the next one. I hope to eventually have like some sort of 24/7 Sonic comic stream up at some point as well. But to at least leave up for a little while. It'll be quite fun. A lot of channels seem to do that, and they are quite fun. I don't think I'll be talking on them for 24/7, but no, you definitely didn't clog the chat up. It's been fun. It's been fun reading everyone's comments on there. It's actually been a really fun, engaging chat box with you all here. A lot of fun. Yeah, the game's telling me that we need to try super hard mode. Maybe next time. But that is it, everyone. I'm going to wrap this stream up right now. Thank you all for joining me, especially for those that endured 2.5 hours. It's been a lot of fun. There should be a new video up next week regardless whether it's a stream or not, so keep an eye out for that one. And I will add this video to the gaming live stream playlist. But otherwise,